Right, so I'm gonna record this call. Okay, so today is what, January 2nd, which is crazy. I know that both our teams had a huge into 2017. I mean, just in terms of, for those of you who have been on these teams for a while, or even just like the last year with me and Ashley, you have seen the insane growth. Like from, I know last year, I think I was ranked 113, 133, either way, somewhere right around there. And now, like, we're waiting for the official numbers. They've totally blacked us out of everything, which is so frustrating. But we will find out official team rankings on Thursday. And I know, I mean, both Ashley and I, we've been pushing for top 10. So to go from, you know, the 100s to top 10 in 1 year is a huge leap. And we did it all through goal setting and setting goals way higher than we ever thought we could achieve, but just being willing to put them out there and then put the work behind it. And I know you guys know how, you know, Ashley and I as success partners and really pushing one another towards those goals is what did that. So I'm just kind of, I want to dig into the goals that we set and the time periods we set them in, and then, you know, kind of give that to you guys as a place to start with your goals. So, you know, the first place, obviously, we need to set our goals. Monthly, Ashley and I both set monthly Success Club goals and monthly recruiting goals. Now, when we set our monthly Success Club and monthly recruiting goals between January and March, so January we were like, man, we had a great end of the year. We're going to push really hard. And so we were like, let's hit Success Club 50 and let's recruit 10 new coaches a month. And then I think it was about March. So 12 weeks later, we said, you know what? Time. Hold on, guys. There we go. Just make sure everyone's muted. It's time to reassess. And we realized we can hit Success Club 10 and we can recruit 10 coaches a month. Why are we stopping there? And we'd watched as we slowly kind of continued to gain momentum by hitting those big goals and realized we're going to do more. So at that 12-week point is when we reassessed and started again. But for our main goals, again, monthly Success Club, monthly recruiting goals. Then at the beginning of the year, we also set rank goals and we set premier and elite goals. One thing I was saying that I was hearing a lot last year was, well, and this was from some of the other top coaches or coaches who maybe were like struggling some, and they're like, rank doesn't matter, right? That rank is all ego. And I don't believe that, because with rank comes more income, and with rank comes the opportunity for quarterly bonuses. So, you know, first off, let's start all the way. I am a brand new coach. So Emerald is obviously going to get you started on cycle bonuses. Diamond is going to get you to the highest cycle bonuses that you're going to reach in the company. But the magic is going to happen at 2-star. And that is because you are going to have business building coaches on each side who are creating volume, who are then allowing you to create more team bonus cycles. So, you know, Diamond, of course we want to get there. And that is the first step in proving, hey, I'm a legitimate business. But after that, it's 2-star. I believe anyone who's on this call right now, it is the very beginning of January. There is no reason that you guys cannot be at least a 2-star premier coach in December. I bet 95% of you are like, I don't even know what premier is, what elite is, or how I get there, and that seems like overwhelming. But know that last year, I think Ashley said she created 6 new diamonds, and I created 8 new diamonds. So between 6 and 8 new diamonds were created on our teams in a year, which means that you can go from being a diamond coach to 5-star elite in 1 year if you make that decision. So Premier, what you should know for both Premier and Elite. Premier means you need 2 diamond coaches. You need to be 2-star. You need 1 on each leg. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about how you're balancing your legs. When I hit Premier, actually when I hit Elite, my husband was one of my diamonds. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't know, always know that you have a husband, a significant other that you can use to build. So if you have him on one leg or whoever that person is, mom, dad, whoever, when you get that next business building coach, place them on this leg, the other leg. That sets you up to become a 2-star Premier coach. Now, there are all sorts of, you have to get so many points, and there's different ways to accumulate points for Premier and Elite. And those have actually changed this year, and I think they've actually made it easier. You need less points. It's gone from 135 to 105. But know that right now, your goal should be to find those business building coaches. The actions that a business building coach takes on your team, those are just the actions that are going to help you get the points. So right now, don't get so wrapped up in how do I get points. Know that by finding your 2 diamonds or your 5 diamonds for Elite, that's going to get you the points that you need. And Beachbody always comes out with Premier and Elite trainings, videos that we can send you guys. I know on my team page, I posted a graphic with some of the details. I know Ashley has done the same. But I think right now, as we're looking to set our 2018 goals, I think the amazing thing about both of our teams is that we join wanting to build big businesses. So if you are here on this call, I challenge you to shoot for at least Premier. Shoot for at least 2-star diamond in this next year, if not 5-star. Ashley and I had no idea how we were going to find our diamonds this year. It's not about having that whole plan ahead of you. It's about setting the goal and then taking the actions to get there daily and knowing that those actions are going to get you to your goal in the end. So again, just simple, basic goals, really, in terms of your business. Monthly SC, monthly recruiting, rank, because it will equal income, and then Premier and Elite. One other thing for you guys to know is that 2-star, you start getting quarterly bonuses. So not only do you have a team building beneath you, you're getting quarterly bonuses. They're usually around $1,000 every quarter. 5-star, you're getting the 5-star quarterly bonus plus the 2-star. So it's closer to $4,000 every quarter. And then 10-star, you're at about $20,000 per quarter for that bonus. So again, when people say rank doesn't matter, I don't believe that. I think Beachbody's done a really good job of creating a compensation plan that works really, really well together. So use those as drivers for your business. So once you've set those goals, you need to include a time frame. So if you guys haven't read the 12-week year, I suggest reading that book. It's another great personal development book. It is one that kind of made me reset my thinking, and Ashley as well. So when Ashley and I first started, we were really always told, set goals at Summit. Summit's like that halfway point through the year. So I still think it's an awesome place to like set big goals and then set goals for the end of the year. But then after reading the 12-week year, we really started focusing on 12-week goals. And what it does is it makes you push, like we all pushed at the end of the year, makes you push like that every 12 weeks, and your business will grow exponentially. So I know at the end of the year, I had, and Ashley did too, we had coaches in 1-star qualification who pushed so hard to get there by that very last day. I literally, because I'm in France 6 hours ahead, I pulled an all-nighter. I stayed up till 6 a.m. because that was midnight there. I went to sleep for 1 hour. I went to sleep from 1 to 2, or maybe 2 to 3 that night, and got back up, and then I was up all night. And I loved it. It was super fun, and I loved pushing, but I would love to push like that every single quarter. with coaches on this team. So I challenge you, think of your goals and break them into quarterly goals. If you guys are like, hey, I want to be if I'm a diamond coach right now and I want to be 5-star, make it your goal in this first quarter to get your husband or your significant other to diamond. Then you're 1 diamond closer and you can focus on those business building coaches. You also want to break down those goals. Again, if you're a diamond and you want to create 5 new diamonds, go back and look at how many coaches have you been recruiting. So if you are running 1 sneak peek a month, and this is what really changed my business and Ashley's business again, was we had previously been running 1 sneak peek a month. And we were each recruiting, a couple coaches a month, maybe 3. So we decided we're going to run them every other week. So we started running them every other week. And that is what got us in January, February, March to recruiting 10 coaches a month. And then we were like, what the heck are we doing? We're hitting our goals. Why would we stop here? Why wouldn't we push harder? And that's when we started running weekly sneak peeks. And we increased our goal to 20 coaches a month. And that's about where our goal stayed all year. Now, we hit that goal. But we also, and I think it's also important because you don't want to overwhelm yourself, right? Or burn out. We also realized that 20 coaches a month was about what we could handle. It was about the number of coaches that we could mentor, that we could spend time with, that we can make sure they saw success. Because again, we can recruit as many coaches as we want, but unless those coaches see success, our teams don't see success. So we really realized that was kind of our sweet spot. So every 12 weeks, we were able to reassess, is this working? What do we need to change? So set your goals, put a time frame to all of those goals, and then again, take action and start reverse engineering those goals. So you need to go back and look at how many people have you been inviting to coaching? How many people are you inviting to your sneak peek groups? And these numbers are going to be different for everyone. And this is where you want to be careful you don't get into the comparison game. And it also depends on how long you've been in this business. So there are some newer coaches who are like straight out the gate, like SC30 recruiting like crazy. And the coaches have been like, man, I've been doing this for a year and a half. Why am I so far behind? Well, maybe you've used that really warm market and now you're working in your cold market. And maybe those cold market sales are only hitting Success Club 10, but those are cold market. Those mean a lot. So we also need to be careful how we're playing the comparison game. One thing I think both Ashley and I really realized this year is this business is a numbers game. As frustrating as that may be, it's also empowering because this business is about getting out in front of as many people as you can. So maybe you don't have a like page or Instagram where you're working in your cold market right now. That's fine. The first year and a half of both of our businesses, we were just growing in our warm market. Facebook recommends 1 million friends to you. You should be able to add friends every single day and start conversations. Every day you should be in front of more people. There should be more eyes on your page or your Instagram account. So to me, it's empowering knowing, all right, well, if I messaged 100 people last month and hit Success Club 10, and I want to hit Success Club 20, that just means I have to message 200. And if I feel like I'm running out of my market, it means I need to look at how many people am I adding every day and double that. It truly is numbers, and you should be able to reverse engineer things. Now, again, cold market, it may not be 1 out of 10. It may be 1 out of 20. They need to learn to trust you. So there is a period, I think, that people go from the warm market to the cold market, and they're like, oh, it's never going to happen. It's slowing down. But just know that it will turn. Those people are watching you. You're gaining their trust. And you're getting more eyes on your page and on your message. So that was a little off of the goals, but for me, the reverse engineering is really important. What goes along with that is that you should be tracking everything. I am not good at this. I feel like a hypocrite saying like track everything, but you should. In both of our team pages, we posted the runner, jogger, walker trackers. We will repost them again for you guys. But these trackers, if you say, I'm a runner, which means I want to be elite this year. You guys, elite are people who are building legitimate businesses, who are serious business builders. These are not, you are like, I want to be elite, but I'm only going to work an hour a day. Those don't match up. You're probably not going to work 1 hour a day and be an elite coach. Again, I think the majority of these people on the call are spending more than an hour a day on their business. And it's going to be different for everyone, depending on where you are in your business and the amount of time necessary and the amount of time you have. But these trackers are going to allow you to say, listen, I reached out to this many people about coaching. I reached out to this many people about challenge groups. And it's going to make it easier. Track all of January. And when you get in February, go back and look at those numbers. January should be a good, realistic set of numbers for you, right? There are hard months. I mean, November can be hard because we have Thanksgiving and blah, people are getting ready for the holidays, but January should be a strong month and should have good numbers for helping you look at how you want to build your business and how you have to reverse engineer everything. So use trackers. I'll also say, don't overcomplicate things. Again, going back to this being about numbers. The only things that Ashley and I do in this business, we post 3 to 5 times daily. We expand our network every single day, and we invite every single day. The majority of my time and Ashley's time is spent inviting or mentoring coaches. And I think that's important too for you guys as you get new coaches.
Can I ask a question?
Don't recreate what we have already created. Plug them into trainings, add them to our team pages. Also, as you guys become, you are leaders yourself, right? You are getting to that diamond, the 2-star, the 5-star. Create your own team pages. Create that team culture, right? I mean, you guys know, Ashley and I, success partners, we do a lot together, but when you look at our pages, they are different, and our teams are different as well. Yes, we have similarities, but everyone's teams are a little different. And so as you start feeling like, listen, I've got a team, I've got a culture to create that team page, and don't be afraid to do that. And you know what? Maybe that's one of your goals is, I'm going to have enough coaches. I'm going to have a team page of my own. So your goals can also be reflective of those things, right? It doesn't just have to be rank. The other goal that I did not put on here, set income goals. And again, income goals, we can kind of reverse engineer, but have income goals. I did not hit my income goal this year. My income goal was crazy. But why not set a crazy income goal? Why not set an income goal that pushes you so hard? So that's my income goal again next year. And I know, so I ended up about $2,500 per week. I set a weekly income goal. I ended up about $2,500 from that goal. No doubt in my mind, I will hit it next year. And then my goal will be to consistently hit that goal. So set income goals. Again, it's all going to go together with your rank, your Success Club points. But income's important. And again, set dates for those goals. Some of those can also incorporate the quarterly bonuses. But for me, I leave the quarterly bonuses out of it. I'm like, that's extra. I go by weekly income. And then, so we've got setting our goals, include your time frame, reverse engineer those things based on your trackers and the numbers that you're currently recruiting. And then the last thing is setting your big picture vision around it. So when we talk about vision boards, and I know I posted in my team page, Lindsay Matway is doing a vision board course. If you guys have not signed up for it, it's going to be an email series she's going to start sending on January 8th. You can sign up for it on visionboardcourse.com. You just sign up. It's like your name and email, and she'll email it to you. But this vision board is so, okay, great, I can set an income goal. But why am I setting that income goal? So your vision board is going to be that visual reminder of everything why you're setting all of those goals. Why do I want to get to this rank? Why do I want to get to this income? And it doesn't have to, this vision board should not be just Beachbody, right? So some of my goals, I want to be a superstar diamond team. I want to have, and Ashley too, I know, we're both like, we are going to have superstar diamond teams next year. So that's going to be on there. But then I'm also going to have the income that I want, and retiring my husband, paying off, buying a home in cash, no debt, so paying off any cars, like all of these different things. My parents, I want to be able, they flew out to France for Christmas and they paid for their tickets. I just want to pay for their tickets and just not even think about it, right? I want to be able to fly my parents around the world and not worry about it. So I want to fly first class. I want my parents to fly first class. This is the first time my dad even flew internationally ever. He's ever even been out of the country. So there's just things that I want to do for my family. So think about those as well. So, family, friends, what are fitness goals? Last year, my vision board, be back at, best shape ever, post baby. I would like to be pregnant in this next year. So that's going to go on my vision board. It has really nothing to do with Beachbody, but these are my visions for the next year. So Lindsay is running a group or a email series that will help you do that. And then once you've created that vision board, Ashley and I are both going to do posts in our team page, and I would love to see your vision boards. I think putting them up is going to help hold you accountable. It's going to just give you that extra little push. So that's kind of how I've done goals, how Ashley's done goals. And, it's basic, but it works. Set the goals, self-reflect, set timeframes, and then create the vision around it. It will work. And there's so many possibilities in 2018. I think the amazing things about being on these two teams is that you guys saw it. Like, you saw it happen last year. Like, nothing crazy happened. Ashley and I didn't go viral and end up in some magazine or all over the internet. Like, we just slowly and steadily built the business, and we just took more action. One last point, I was talking to Bonnie Engel, and she was saying, there are a lot of people who have said to her, hey, that's great, you can spend all that time on your business, but I'm working a full-time job. I have kids. Like, I don't have the time. And so Bonnie was saying when she first started this business, and when I first started, I was working a full-time job and going to school for my master's. When Ashley first started working a full-time job and going to school for her PhD, Bonnie was working 3 jobs. And so I was talking to Bonnie, she was like, for me, I would come home from work and eat dinner with my husband, and then I built my business at night. And so that's why I tell a lot of my coaches, right? It's like, after the kids go to bed, build your business at night. It has to work in your schedule. And so Bonnie was saying what she did, her first 2 weeks as a coach, she did a bit of self-reflection. And so every time she would find herself getting on her phone and scrolling Facebook, watching any TV, reading anything that wasn't personal development, or truthfully doing anything that wasn't building her business, she wrote it down and tracked when she was doing those things. And she then made those into kind of power pockets of work. So I think sometimes we're like, well, I don't have a full hour, so I'm just not gonna, I'll just scroll Facebook while I wait to pick up the kids from school or whatever it is. She used those power pockets. So if you have 15 minutes, maybe that is when you create, hey, this is when I'm going to do my follow-ups. And if you're in the car, maybe your follow-up list is either in a notebook where you write it down, or in a Google Doc so you can see it. But she was able to create these pockets of time and align them with activities that she would do daily and make sure that she had the business things that she needed surrounding her at that time. So I think one reason and one out that a lot of us give, that we say, I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy. I can't do this. And it's not true. If this is a priority for you, if you need this bad enough, like if your family was going to go bankrupt, you'd probably find the time, right? And some of us, we don't need it that badly. I had a six-figure income job. I didn't need it that badly. I didn't need it financially. I needed it for myself that badly. I needed to pull myself out of that depression. I needed when I had Sam to be home. And that was my big pull. So this thing with your vision board, it's going to help you find that big why and help you work in those pockets of time. We are all busy, but we all also set our priorities. And again, the amazing thing about our teams is that I pretty much never hear anyone complain like I don't have time. And Ashley either. I mean, our teams are in this. We are building huge businesses. This is why we're like top 10 teams. But I loved that idea from Bonnie because I know sometimes an hour is hard. Sam has gone on a nap strike. He's napped 25 minutes today. 25 minutes. That was it. That's all I had. So, I was like, well, I got to get, my priorities done. So all of my to-do lists are also organized by priorities. I also just got a new planner. I didn't even have a planner last year because I was such a hot mess. Sam's schedule was crazy. So I finally have a planner where I'm like writing things down. I do blocks of time. So my planner is by blocks, by hours. And so I have my to-do list over here, and then I move it over into my blocks of time. And so that's kind of how I do my power blocks. Truthfully, most of my work is getting done at night. But so Melissa, this was recommended and it was cheap and on Amazon. So I got 2 different planners, but this is just called Action Day. It's like, there's nothing fancy about it. It's like Action Day planner, literally nothing fancy. But what I really like about it, so it has like tasks to execute. And then again, this section for assigning them, delegation and teamwork and goals and projects. So like, new coach training update, results, next action step. So like I can move things over week to week in terms of my bigger projects, delegation, teamwork, because Ashley and I do a lot of projects together. But I just like the tasks to execute, and then I can move them over and then track my larger projects as well. Again, we're like 2 days into 2017, so we'll see how much I like it. The other one I got, again, I just stuck with really cheap because I haven't had a planner since having Sam, and obviously life changes a lot with kids. So what worked for me then before kids, I didn't know if it would, but this was just from like Target, again, super cheap and very different setup. So I wanted like a very different, so this was just like my to-do list and then not broken down by hour because I didn't know if I'd feel overwhelmed by that. Calls, email, errands, but then just really the weekly. So I was going to have my to-do list here and then just write it here without assigning hours. Because once again, I was just afraid hours would overwhelm me, but I like it. I like the idea of having those pockets of time and knowing what I'm going to do in them. So right now I'm going with that one, and it was cheap and on Amazon with like, easy shipping. So that is what I did. That's the planner I got. But I want to open this up to you guys. Let me know, what questions do you guys have about goals? How are you feeling going into this year? Again, just questions. I just want to open it up. So let me know. Sorry, I know that was a lot at you. Anyone?
I don't have a question.
Yes. Yes.
But the reason I asked about the planner is because, on Facebook, they like to give you ads of like new things that you're interested in. And of course I fell in love with this planner that's like $80, which I'm not going to spend $80 on a planner because I'm not good at sticking with the same planner for an entire year. I'm just not. But anyway, when I tapped in to see like what it looked like, it gave me a free goal setting printable, which I was like, I'll take it. Anything that's free, I'll take. But so I can post that PDF on the team page if you want. But it just says like, it gave me like a goal setting piece that said the things that I'm going to do this year. And it breaks it up into like home life, relationship, spiritual, physical, financial, professional, and it gives you, like 4 lines on each thing. But it was nice to have a starting point because for me, when I sit down and write my goals, I get really overwhelmed because I'm like, well, I've got all of these things. And so this helped me break it down. And then it has a break it down sheet where you take those goals and you pick it only gave you 4 sections, but I mean, you could print it out as many times as you wanted to. And it gives you sections, and then it gives you 4 dates for action steps, which is great because like you said, breaking it up into your 12 weeks, you know, so it gives you 4 action steps to break it down into. So like my big goal is 5-star by June 1st. I want to like hit it summit time frame. So I broke it down into like the dates when I want to be 2-star and then when I want to be 5-star, and then like I did like an action step for like a big push goal of being 10-star by like the end of the year.
I love that.
So that's a huge like overwhelming push goal, but I figured, like you said, like set the bar way higher, and if you fall short, like at least you pushed harder to get there.
Yep.
But so then like, you know, and then I have one for like my debt, like how I want to pay off debt, and like what I want to do in terms of how much money I want to be making income wise, and like what from that income I want to put over into like debt and that kind of stuff. So I just thought it was a really good little worksheet that, you know, gives you a space to break it up. Because like I said, for me, I get really overwhelmed just to like sit down and be like, I have all of this that I want to do.
Yeah, I would love that. Post it in the team page, and then I will also, I'll send it to Ashley so she can post it in her team page for you guys as well.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because it's nice to have that little starting point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that.
I have a few questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're done. Okay, so my first one, you said, what do you mean when you're telling us to invite? You mean like inviting new people? Like, how do we invite them? You mean, do we just talk to them, or do we invite them to something? I'm really new at this. I just started this December 1st, and I'm still learning, and I'm so confused on some of it.
Have you
I sold my first challenge pack.
have you been through the full like team training? Have you finished that team training?
Ashley's team training, because I'm part of Ashley's team.
Yes.
Her Good Vibe Tribe team.
Yes.
Yes. But everything's kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm really new to all this stuff. I'm not the best with technology, so some of it stuck, some of it didn't.
Yeah, so
that's why
I'd recommend going through that again, because it will kind of take you step by step. So you want to be inviting to a monthly challenge group, and Ashley, I know, invites her coaches to also join her challenge groups. So Ashley should have like a January calendar with the dates of our challenge group. So reach out to her, find out the dates, and then yes, you're going to be inviting people to start a challenge group with you.
But don't they have to have Team Beachbody before they can join a challenge group?
You would sell that. You would send them your custom link, and I know her custom link.
I sold one last night. That's the first time I've sold one. I've been trying really hard. I guess
Perfect. That's
I
awesome.
feel weird sending it to people. Actually, I almost sold 3 of them in one night. One's like, I have to wait till Wednesday, and the other one's like, I'm not so sure. And then the other one's like, I just want it. Yeah. So it was really exciting. But so I invite her to my challenge group, and then I ask Ashley to add her to my challenge group, or to the challenge group lane, because I don't have my own challenge group.
Yep. Exactly. So you just tell Ashley that you have someone to add to the group, and Ashley will either add her for you, or she'll add you as a coach and you can add her. But yeah, once you have people purchase, then you just let Ashley know, and depending on how she has the challenge group set up, she can get you added or both of you added. So she'll help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So inviting, I mean, it's just simply, it's just about the number of people you invite to hit your Success Club goal. So it's just inviting to that monthly challenge group, or however many you run every single month. I mean, I think, like I said, Ashley and I increased the number of sneak peeks we started running, and we also increased the number of challenge groups we started running. So again, it's really about—
How do I do sneak peeks?
What? Sorry, repeat that.
When we do sneak peeks, how do we do stuff like that? Like stop.
So you'll want to just utilize Ashley's. So I think right now Ashley she's using the YouTube videos. So when you start talking to people about coaching and just talking to them, sharing on your social media, and there's people start getting interested in learning more about coaching, you can just send them the videos that Ashley uses on her YouTube channel. Or when we run the Girl Boss apprenticeships, you can also invite them to those. So
okay.
Yep.
When is an appropriate time to start asking if they're interested in coaching? After they've been in the challenge group for a while, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's really no exact timeline for that. If you are posting about it on social media and you see the same person kind of liking it, you can just message them and be like, hey, thank you so much for supporting me. Like, it has been, scary starting this new business, but life-changing for me. Is this something you'd be interested in? Or if they're in the challenge group and they're seeing results and doing all the actions, that's a really easy way to invite people. Yeah, by just saying, hey, you're doing all the actions a coach takes. You're a rock star challenger. Would you be interested in learning more about coaching? I think the big thing is, as I think a lot of new coaches overthink inviting to challenge groups, overthink inviting to coaching. It can be a really simple.
I definitely overthink everything. I have been really nervous. Like, I actually had my first negative comment last night was because one lady was like, are you pregnant and working out like that? And I'm like, no, this is why I started this journey, because I had 3 kids close together and my stomach muscles were tore. So my daughter's 2, and I still look pregnant, but I'm not. I've lost 21 pounds on my journey. So I'm like super excited, but she's just like, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm just like,
oh my gosh. Yeah, the haters are just jealous.
So I was just like, it kind of made me feel a little like maybe I've been putting my videos out there too much. Like, not sure.
No.
But at the same time, I sold the 1 challenge pack and 2 are going to come in this week. I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Exactly. So you're inspiring people. Keep doing it. Anytime you guys get haters, they're just jealous, and you've lost 21 pounds, and that's amazing, and you should be proud and excited to share that with other women, on that same.
How do you respond to things like that? I tried to respond and tell her what happened, and she's just like, I was like, oh.
A lot of times, if they just, a lot of them I just ignore. A lot of them I say, I'm on my own health and fitness journey, just trying to get back in shape and be the healthiest, happiest version of me. And a lot of times they'll be like, thanks so much for your support. And I just literally try to kill them with kindness, because what are they going to say? Oh, actually, I'm not going to support you. I mean, they just normally don't respond. If they're really nasty comments, I just hide them from my Facebook profile, because for me, my page is a page of women supporting women. So I'll just hide the comments for them.
Ooh. I did that to one comment because somebody said, oh, it looks like a bad porno, and I deleted it because it looked horrible.
Yeah.
And my kids are running around. I'm like, well, I hope not. My kids are in it, so.
Yeah, no, I think, and I do think, as you are thinking of, as everyone's thinking of their goals for 2018, think about your brand too, right? And what do you want it to look like, and how are you messaging to people? So if you guys, I know Ashley and I both have videos about defining your brand. So if you guys haven't watched those, watch those as well. And move from thinking of yourself as just an individual working out in your living room, right? We talk about this a lot. I'm not, I don't just want to be, oh, here's some mom working out in her living room, but really focusing on, I'm inspiring a community of women, and what are these women like? Who do I want to join me? And so that's why I never keep any negative comments on my page. People are just jealous, and they are really, it's not even about jealousy. It's just, they lack their own self-confidence. And I want my page to be a place of, again, support and love and women empowering women. So think about that too, as you're crafting all your messages and as you are thinking about your goals in the future. What does your brand look like? I think that's important too for goals. Even if that's more of a vision type goal for you guys versus just, numbers.
Right.
Any other questions, guys? I know I do not want to.
Hey, Holly, the brand.
Hey, stop it.
Hold on.
Stop it.
Okay, go ahead.
The brand videos that you just talked about, where are those? Are they on the team page?
Yeah, go into the new coach training, and at the very end, there are additional resources or two videos at the end. And so one is defining your brand, and that one I did. And then the second one is how to make your worry web, and that's the one that Ashley did. So they're both really good about how you're going to create your message and your brand. And even just in terms of, especially if you're using mostly Instagram, what do you look like? So all of that is kind of in there. And I do think it's important too, guys, as you develop your brand, know it's going to change. Like, I think at the beginning of this year, Ashley and I, our brands were much more similar because we were really focusing on, and we had the young babies, right? And now we have toddlers, and life is a little easier than with a newborn at home, right? There's easier and harder parts of both of it. But, I think Ashley talks a lot about, hey, I've never liked working out. Like, working out is not my thing, but I can do it in 30 minutes. I feel better. I'm healthier. I'm stronger for my daughter. For me, like, I love working out. I've been an athlete my whole life. And so when, you look at our teams and some of the people we're attracting, it's similar stories. And so don't be afraid to let your message change. Mine has gone from working the corporate world to being pregnant, being on bed rest, to new mom, to now like toddler mom, to hopefully starting another pregnancy journey in the next year, which will totally change just the toddler workout to back to pregnancy. So know your brand's going to change, but also know your stories and how you're connecting people with people probably won't change, immensely. So keep that in mind too. You're never stuck, in one kind of brand, but they should all kind of unite. Any other questions? Again, I will. Oh, go ahead, Chelsea.
Sorry. So for those of us that are having trouble getting through the training because holidays, sick kids, just life, we're seeing all this momentum from other coaches, and it's like somebody said today in that new Facebook Messenger, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Like, I just feel like I can't catch up ever. So and I missed part of this call because I had a work call come in. So I don't know if you covered this, but like, how do you deal with that? Like, it's, you're trying to work on yourself with your working out. Like, it does come up to a time where, because a lot of us are starting this business with kids, 9 o'clock at night rolls around and, you finally get the second one to bed and you're like, I can't focus on training because I'm not aware enough right now to do it. So I guess I just need some tough love with that, I guess.
Yeah. So, really, it comes down to, you've got to figure out when you are going to focus on your business. So if you can't do it at night, then like, I work my business at night now, but Ashley has switched from night to morning. So she gets up literally at 4:45 a.m. in the morning and works her business then. I kind of talked about little pockets, if you've got like some nap times, you can work it in. But you do have to set those business hours or time that you're going to do it. And then also just know that the actions that you have to take are really simple. So like, don't overthink it, right? So do your workout and then post at least twice a day. And you can, if weekends are easier for me because David's home. And so I will kind of plan out what my posts are, or those longer posts I'll write out on the weekends. So have those posts done ahead of time so you're not struggling to do them during the week and feeling behind.
And where do you keep all that? Is it like Google Docs? You just...
Yeah, or I keep it on notes on my phone because I'm literally like typing it up on the notes app on my phone, and then I just copy and paste it into a post. And then inviting. So I always know. So I do my at least 2 posts a day. I know I'm always adding to my network, and that can take 10 seconds, literally. Facebook is like, here's suggested friends. Just go in, add. Don't think about it. Just add them. It's literally 10 seconds. And then go through and start messaging people. And, if you just want to edit like the first sentence, like, whatever to relate to them, but inviting also doesn't have to be this super long thing. It can be a few sentences. But, hey, just ran across like your photo of your kids on Facebook. I know we haven't talked in forever. Like, how are you? And like, we haven't talked to him forever is probably true. That's how I do most of mine. Like, we haven't talked to him forever. Like, and, you know, and then at least like you're coming out and saying it. It's not like you're trying to act like, hey, we're buddy and I'm going to, you know, be best. It's like, no, like I haven't talked to you in forever. Like, what the heck is up with you? You know, and like just connecting that way. So I always add, connect, and once it gets closer to my challenge group, I'm then going back and following up with those connections with invite messages. But I'm just always making sure I'm adding, inviting, and posting daily. And those are the main things. And then in terms of like sending a link for something to purchase, someone's like, hey, I want to do it. You can never go wrong with like the All Access Challenge Pack or the new 80-Day Obsession one with the bands for like and sliders for $10 more. Because they get their shakes and they're going to get every single workout. So no matter what they want to do, they get it. So if you have that one link, that is pretty much like what you're going to need. I mean, there's obviously all different options, but that's the one link I have all the time. And I do most of it from my phone. I do pretty much my whole business from my phone. So I have the BB Links app on my phone. I use the Notes app to write everything, to write all my posts. I edit every single photo on my phone. I take all my photos. I take all my videos on my phone. So I'm not spending time like sitting down at a desk. Yeah.
And you know what, I've been meaning to pose this question to ask you. Can you post your favorite, like the tripod and all that stuff that you use? I know you did in your fitness videos, which I have not been able to get back to watch. So I really wanted to know those so that I could research those.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I will post those.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just got new ones for Christmas, so I'll post my new ones as well. It's like my husband.
I love it.
Yeah. Like my Christmas.
Well, I saw Sam carrying around the phone on FaceTime. I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. So yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, but that tripod's good. Yeah, that's how he talks to his grandma.
Right, we need that.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
One more question for those of you who work. You sleep in the middle. What time do you quit sending messages? I don't know. My concern is that people are going to have the notification. I'm going to send a notification at midnight and somebody's just going to be likely to respond. Like, working at night is awesome for me, but I just don't know like what time do I I've been doing like 10:30 max for that kind of stuff.
I don't think there's so I used to think that way, and I used to be really nervous about like when I would send things. It's better to just send them versus like delaying your business, right? And be like, well, I'll send these tomorrow when I have this bit of time. Like if you can send more, send more. It's going to help. I mean, I'm 6 hours ahead. Like I'm a completely different time zone. I'm 9 hours ahead of the West Coast. Like we have our days and nights like flipped, and I just don't think about it. I just take action. So send them until midnight. And a lot of times when that happens, people wake up in the morning, and when they get to work, they'll message me back because people they'd rather message me than send their actual emails. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I just keep sending them. And if you have to follow up like an extra time, that's a really easy in to be like, hey, oh my gosh, I know I sent this message at like midnight. I wanted to make sure like that you got it. And it's a really easy follow-up. Be like, sorry, my schedule's crazy. And then, yeah, it's an easy way to follow up.
Hey, Holly.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay. One of my goals this year is to start my like page.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any suggestions on like tutorials or where to go or any YouTube videos or stuff like that?
So on my YouTube page, there's a like page training. It was a team call that we did. So if you cannot find it on there, message me and I can send it to you.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to go put Sam to bed. But thank you guys for being on this call. I know it was an hour long. Hopefully some of the Q&A was helpful. And I know send your goals to either me or to Ashley. And, you know, if you don't know, like, hey, is this realistic or what is the time commitment going to be with this? We can help talk you through that. So anyways, guys, have a good night and we'll chat later. Bye, guys.